Hello. Hey. So, um, today is gonna be the first day of a new series that I'm gonna try and stick to, called Road to I Am, and I really am gonna try and put in some effort and see how far I can get. Like, this road is gonna be a long road, and who knows, like my capacity probably can't even get me there, but one way I can start getting there is by playing less bullet and blitz, and I'm going to try play some 15-10 games on chess.com and see how much I can improve. Like, I'm also going to play in a few more tournaments, like actually try improve my chess rather than just like tilt around the same level for years to come. So yeah, we're gonna start off with the first game of this series. Wait, is this all fine? Okay, let's go. Okay. It's nice how like for every game I win, like I get like a huge amount of points because I haven't played much long play. So I won't be stuck at this level, hopefully. I mean, I could also lose, and then that would be very depressing. So basically I play this Reti setup, and upon d5 then I play b3, so that if he takes then I recapture with the pawn. Yeah, I basically follow Alejandro Ramirez's Fritz trainer, which he discusses his ideas in the attacking Reti, he calls it. And I wouldn't say it's that attacking, but it is sometimes really attacking in some of the lines he gives. So we'll see if any of that stuff comes up. Yeah, so I do wonder if 1510 is slightly too long for I don't know, people that watch these videos, but I don't know, you might learn something. Right, so this structure is called the Nimzovich system, I think. Nimzovich? I don't know. And the way I play against it is I put my pawn here, put my bishop here, queen here, rook behind, knight out, and I should get some decent play. But in the lines I've looked at, like I've actually been very lazy in terms of theory and I've only looked at a few lines. But yeah, exactly, like this knight can come here. And most of the lines where I play this system, like normally the pawn is here and like the knight has come out to c6. So I actually need to do some research into what I'm supposed to play. But I think for now I'll play the same idea. Like the point of putting your queen here instead of c2 is so that your queen is lined up against this black squared bishop. And in some lines, I don't know if I somehow get like a pawn to d4, d5 and break this up, then the queen is actually useful on this diagonal. I mean, what do you call it? Rank? Flank? Jeez, I don't even know. I don't even know. What's it called? File, that's it. Rooks on open files. Shows how much I remember about chess strategy. Okay, so great. This is pretty much like opening, I wouldn't say theory, but at least a system I know, except that the knight is normally here. But I feel like this probably doesn't help black too much. So yeah, I don't know. So we're going to continue with my strat. Yeah, so in some lines like black can push here, and in which I take, and it can sometimes turn into like a Benoni type position, but with this knight on this square, like he doesn't support that push, so he doesn't have that option. Right, so I'm thinking of rook c1 or taking here and playing d4 directly. So let me see which one is better. So I idea of taking, going d4 is that if he takes, knight takes, and then I have a nice knight blockading this IQP, isolated queen's pawn. I feel like I do want a rook here, and I feel like, why not? Like, I don't think black's threatening to do anything. He's not threatening to push. Taking here seems okay for me. You know, he still doesn't have this b5 push. You know, I can do this pawn takes d4 next move. So I think I'm quite comfortable. Right, so if I take him, that gives him doubled pawns. So immediately I'm starting to think this move doesn't look good, but if I take him, then pawn takes, and he's got strong control of his d3 square. And if I ever push d4, then he'd undouble his pawns, and we'd have a symmetrical pawn structure, which I kind of hate symmetry. So I can also ignore it, take, and then play d4. Definitely something to consider, but take d4. Hey, this is recorded. That's good. Take d4. I'm just wondering if the rook will gain play on this knight, but you know, I've got two defenders, he's got two attackers. I feel like this knight move is more dubious. I feel like I should be able to exploit it somehow. I guess maybe if pawn takes, then he can get an intermezzo in with knight takes knight. And when I recapture with the bishop, then he can go bishop takes. Maybe if that's good for him. Can I still play d4 if that's the case? Yeah, I guess the bishop here and my queen can swing over to b2. Yeah, let's see what happens. I'm not too sure. I feel like there should be something better there. Okay. So I can try my d4 idea. I've also got to consider if he pushes the pawn after d4. Maybe I gotta calculate takes and then maybe knight here or something if that is any good. I don't like how it has this bind over this square though. Yeah, I feel like d4 is right. Like, has to be good. Like, I don't know, just hitting back into center. I don't know. Like maybe I can take the pawn here and take this d5 pawn next move if he ignores this. I guess he can take with the d7 knight and then he'll be guarding the pawn. Yeah. I've also got this bishop h3 if that's ever any good. Probably not. I'm just trying to see if there's any like tactical shots anywhere. Like, I don't know, this rook is on the queen right now, so I feel like this is annoying how there's not anything. There must be something. I'm just Guess it is midnight. Alright, no excuses, Michael. This is the 1700 I'm playing. And I want to become an IM. So. Maybe I should aim for GM. Why am I settling for IM? What am I talking about? Okay, let's think. I'm still looking at this bishop h3, it does absolutely nothing. So I should think some better moves. Maybe like centralize the knight with knight e5. And then now I'm threatening some tactics with taking the knight. But then do I want this knight to be guarding my d4 pawn is the question. I don't think I'm ready to take the pawn on c5. Because he can take back with the pawn and then I think he's got play by pushing d4. I like that for him. Yeah, let's set up some tactics for this move. So the idea is that right now I can take the knight, and if knight recaptures, bishop takes, pawn takes, and then I can take the c5 pawn with a discovered attack on the queen. And then I think I'm doing a lot better. But obviously he doesn't have to do that, he can take my knight right now. In which I think I'll take with the bishop. And then maybe I could swing my queen over to b2. And then take on c5, and maybe I've got some play on this long diagonal. But I don't know. Maybe now I've got some ideas of bishop h3, knight. No. Okay. Also, should I take with the bishop or rook? Rook seems a little more loose, like I like having my rooks guarding each other. I definitely don't think my position's bad in any way, but you know, I'm white, I should be pushing for an edge. So maybe he's made a mistake by not accounting for the fact that his queen is on the line of my rook. Maybe I should do something about this. I'm just wondering if there's anything better, but this does look pretty solid. Well, I guess, am I even doing much? So knight takes, bishop takes, pawn takes. Pawn takes here, hitting the queen, queen, c7. I guess I can push again, and that does look annoying for him. Yeah, we gotta try it. See, tactics in a Reti. It's weird how a 15-minute game in real life chess seems like absolutely nothing, and then online it feels like every move takes forever. Am I missing anything for starters? I don't think I am. I feel like this is just very good. Like, I understand I'm giving up the bishop pair, and with the light squares around my king I've got to be slightly careful, but you know, I can't not take this opportunity. Also, I've got maybe some threats on f7 as well. If I take on b6, queen takes b6, and I think he's doing okay. Yeah, partway through this video I might stop the recording and start it again, because I feel like for some reason the sound quality gets progressively worse as the video goes on. And I still, after all these years, I haven't dealt with it. Okay, rook d7. That's not trapping the queen because queen b8. And then do I have anything snazzy? Now pawn push to c6, in which bishop goes back to a8. I can push the pawn again, but no, then I just lose it. So I can get the pawn to c6 with a rook on the 7th, like that looks pretty strong. Yeah, I could then move my queen here. And I feel like I'd be eyeing on this f7 pawn as well. I feel like there are a lot of good moves here. What about just c6 now? Or do I have any queen moves that look any good? I mean, this bishop is still on this long diagonal. Like, I feel like that can be utilized very quickly as well. Oh, there's 100% like a winning tactic here. I feel it. I feel it so bad. Queen here. Okay, if queen here, rook here is practically false. If you move the bishop, then I'm coming down with rook d7. And that looks very strong. So if rook f8, then I could bring knight in. And I'm pretty sure that's winning an exchange. Maybe that's the best option. Queen c4. Like, all my pieces are attacking his king. I feel like that's a very strong approach. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, okay. I think this is pretty strong. Maybe c6 first would have been better. c6 and then queen there. Because I may as well shut out the bishop. But I guess I can play c6 next move, and it should be fine. Yeah, c6 and then knight in. I'm not sure. Hey, let's stop the video and start it again. Nice. Yeah, I don't know. To play c6 or not. So I'm just thinking, like, I don't know, if rook to f8, I play c6, bishop moves back, and I bring a knight into d7 to win the rook. Then now he can take my pawn. But he can also take my pawn whilst it still stays on c5. So another idea is after rook f8, I've also got rook d7, because now the bishop on e7 is unprotected. I think that's even more winning. Right, so he does this. So yeah, now I just think rook d7 is very strong. Can I play it instantly? Okay, so I guess he can take my rook, knight takes, and then takes on b2. That's a little bit annoying, actually. Just looking at queen takes, knight takes, king takes, check, but then rook here blocks is fine for him. I wish I had something that was like absolutely crushing, because I feel like there should be. Yeah, okay, let's play it. So yeah, if queen takes rook, I have to take, then he takes my bishop. And then I could take this pawn, attacking the rook. He takes my rook, I take his rook. If he takes me, I take him on c1 with the queen. And if he moves the bishop or takes the pawn, I guess I can go pawn down, but... Okay, hold on, isn't this like... I didn't even calculate this, I just thought this is crushing. But maybe it's not. Oh, I feel like queen takes f7, king has to go in the corner, knight g6 check, pawn has to take, then bishop takes f6, pawn can't recapture, and next move I'm playing bishop takes g7, check, king here, check. Yeah, I think our mates actually. Okay, let's go for it. Shame this rook couldn't get into the attack, but you know. Okay, so let's just make sure. So knight g6 check, pawn takes. Bishop takes f6. Does he have any way of stopping it? Because rook to g8 doesn't work, so I just play bishop takes g7. And rook can't take because of mate, and if king h7, then bishop f8 is probably the fastest way. So knight here I think is winning by force. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Hey, he resigned. Hey, so yeah, that was a nice win. Is it a miniature if it's in 22 moves? I don't know. But yeah, I'll have a quick analysis of it, in case that helps me or you guys. So I'll see you guys in a second. Hello. So I put the game through the chess analysis on chess.com and then I downloaded it onto ChessBase. And I just thought I'd mention this key position here where I played queen c4, and this was probably the only mistake of my game. So the idea is that queen c4 is the correct plan to go for this f7 pawn, but a much neater way of doing it would be to play rook d7 first. And the idea is that in my line queen c4, this isn't really forcing enough because, as in the game, bishop could go to f6, and, you know, after rook d7, now black has alternatives. Like, in fact, black could take the rook on d7, and after knight takes, then maybe white has some play with bishop takes b2. Like, knight takes b6 is the correct line, and computer evaluates that white is just like about a piece up in this. But yeah, if you play rook to d7 first, then there's no tactics. Like, you know, if queen takes rook, knight takes queen, white's just completely fine. So yeah, that would have been better. Force the queen b8, now queen c4 to come, which actually transposes to the game, I think. But yeah, now, like, you know, rook f8 to try and guard, just lose the bishop straight away and it's just completely lost. But, I mean, the guy didn't play his best anyway. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see how far I can get. Thanks for watching.